Hi, my name is Mark Oskowitz from Tri-Gable Leaf Farm, and this is part of our Get Your Grove On series, the class that I teach, which I sell on the website. But this is a video getting into some of the details of pruning. You know, we don't have enough time to really get into that in a live session, but right now it's winter. Spring's coming, and this is the dormant season. It's time to take care of things. And really what I wanted to illustrate here was two trees side by side. One where I didn't do any pruning last year, and one where I had done some light pruning, and just the difference. They're both the same age. These are both almond trees, so they're both in the stone fruit family. And really, it's just to see like what kind of happens if you don't prune. So this is one where, all right. So the new growth are these new kind of lighter colored, not gray, little branches that are popping up. These little suckers, and overall, I've got a nice clean center in here, and it's going to be pretty easy to maintain it. However, this one, well, two problems. I had already done a video with this about how the base of it was planted too low, so we do have some suckers coming up from the base of this. However, what we've also got happening here is just look at how thick these are. I didn't trim these off last year, and now they're so thick that I'm gonna need loppers or I'm gonna need a handsaw. You know, so they had grown 1 year, and I didn't take them off last winter, and now they're 2 years old, and they're so thick that now it's gonna take heavier tools to get rid of them. You know, it means that I'm going to be doing a lot of work with the loppers. It's not a big deal, but it does illustrate that, like, if you're on top of things, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain if you do a little bit of pruning every year. I think one of the phrases I like to say is that it's kind of better to prune and to prune and do a little bit of a bad job. You can always kind of come back from it. As long as you're not like pruning everything, but then to not do anything at all. So now I got to deal with that. All right, and here's where I deal with it. You can either go watch another video, or you can watch me deal with these two trees. All right, so. right, well, so that one's mostly done. What I'm trying to do is maintain that kind of open center so that there's a lot of airflow. With almonds, you know, fungal rot is like one of the worst things that happens later on. And so it's just trying to give it more airflow on the inside. I don't prune these as heavily as I do the peaches. There's just not as much weight on the branches as the peaches, and you really need to keep those in check. So that one's good. On to the next. Like, not looking forward to it. I know it's just gonna take a lot of work. Hey, morning. All right. Let's see. Well, that whole thing's dead. You can see all I'm doing is just getting rid of vertical growth on this. There's a lot. Okay. That last one could have stayed, but I was getting rid of it because I know when I go under that with my lawnmower, it's something that's gonna pop my head. So now we're in the ballpark. That took significantly longer to prune that one. And that's with me kind of knowing what I want to do and what I want to get rid of. Now I've got kind of four main stems going out from that. It's a lot more open. It's going to be easier to manage in the future. Yeah. And there's also like I'm putting kind of like some horizontal limits on it as well to kind of keep it in bounds from the other trees. So you saw me kind of cutting the tips off of some of these end ones. That was also to kind of start to get it to bush up a bit from where it is. Yeah. All right. So yeah, hopefully you kind of like learn from me that like it's better to do something, a little bit of something. Get rid of those things that are just growing straight up. Because now look at the ground. Look at all those suckers that pulled energy from this tree last year. And it's going to make it so that it doesn't have as much to really offer for us this year. It's going to kind of be a bit of a recovery year as it puts new energy into new growth because of how heavy I had to prune that to get it back into shape. This one though, this one flowered last year, and this one flowered last year, so I know that they're going to pollinate. This one will actually start to bear something. It won't put as much energy. This one here, it won't. There, this one that we were at before, it won't put as much energy into new growth. It'll put more energy into fruit production. So when you prune heavy like this, the tree responds by growing lots of stuff. So I might even do like a mid-season pruning on this to keep that center open and start to have it kind of like fill out on the ends of those branches. All right, thanks.